Hey everyone, welcome back to Lost Ways Podcast. This is episode 12, right?
Yeah, man.
Episode 12.
Hey, as you guys can see, we got a special guest here. Why don't you introduce yourself, man?
Hey guys, I'm Josh.
Bruh.
You know, I've known these guys for a minute, since middle school and high school.
Yes, sir.
You can also just call me JC or Mr. JC Merks, Instagram.
Let me smash.
Yeah, like how we actually met is, I don't know if did we meet in middle school? Did you go to Davidson, right?
Yeah. I met you guys I met Osmel in middle school. And Juan in middle school in class, and then I ended up meeting you later on when we all just started hanging out, really.
Yeah, we lived in like the same apartment complex. You lived pretty close by at the time too, like next to, what was it?
Sheldon Palms. I mean, you guys were in Sheldon Palms, and then I was in Beacon House.
Yeah, you was like the next apartment complex, so you know we was jumping fences and everything.
Yeah, I know. Every time
I forgot about that, bro.
we would have to go through the woods and shit, fucking jump fences.
Yeah, we would cut through the woods to get around in that one hole in the open fence, or cut through the woods and go across that little creek to get to the pretty much where we're at right now.
There was like a fucking mattress in like the fucking river and
somebody
shit.
took that mattress out and then somebody ended up putting it back in. Yeah, that was dumb. Why did we even do that stuff, dude? Like, I don't.
Well, it's just like we didn't have any vehicles, bro. That was like the fastest way to get to where we needed to go, so we had to compromise and shit.
Go all the way around, but we had like a shortcut.
Yeah, that shit would take like a couple hours if you did it like the fucking way you would go, like in a car or some shit, walking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always take a bike or something, you know. Hey, walking is good exercise. It's good exercise. Get that cardio up.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Like, I'm not outside as much as I used to be when I was like in like that age and shit. Cause I remember I was outside like all the time and shit. But now, bro, the only reason I go outside is just to get to my car and shit.
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't like being indoors that much. I always work a labor job or something because I like to stay somewhat active.
Yeah.
Most of the jobs I've had were always consistently outside or working physical work instead of sitting at a desk. And I hate the repetitiveness of the same crap.
Yeah, that's kind of like what me and Oblivion do. They sit down at desks and shit.
Yeah, like,
but I'm not gonna cap, like, it does get fucking boring and shit.
Yeah, like there's nothing to do, and then like if you're not really that talkative, you're just gonna be bored out of your mind. I'd probably go crazy in there, man. I'm always thinking about something. And I always like to do something new.
What I do is just to like relieve the boredom is I just watch like a shit ton of like podcasts and like YouTube videos throughout the day and shit. Cause I'm like just constantly like on my phone and shit just cause I'm at a desk and I'm kind of by myself and shit. So I don't know. I just watch shit basically like the whole day.
You're so lucky, dude. I mean, I listen to podcasts too, but I can't sit there and watch like videos.
You're gonna get yelled at, bro, for your fucking boss.
If they can find me.
Just be in the bathroom,
like at my job,
watching these shits.
like at my job, we have like a warehouse where like people like run machines and like have the forklifts in like the warehouse and shit.
Yeah.
And all of them like pretty much do the same shit too, but they're just like standing all day and shit.
Well, no, I'm consistently working on my forklift because I work on forklifts too. I'm a forklift operator, so but I mainly work on the order pickers, which are the stand-up ones that have the forks right behind you. So you pick up pallets, and you know I'm going to go collect items throughout the whole warehouse. So I might listen to something or put a show on to listen to, but I can't really sit there and watch it. I'm just sitting there listening to it. And that's about it. But like I said, I could sit there and watch it. I got some coworkers that are like full on, got a whole display section on their forklift.
Yeah.
They got this whole nice rig tied up with some zip ties or something, and they're just sitting there watching TV. And then, you know, they'll be coming around a corner too tight, and next thing you know, half the items on that pallet just fall off because they're paying attention to the show.
Shit, I never seen anyone at my job like fucking fuck up with like the forklift like that.
You seen some of those videos from people driving like the forklifts at Lowe's when they're in the back of the actual like.
And they just make all the shelves fall like dominoes or
Yo.
something.
What would you do in that situation? You just get the
You're
fuck
fucked,
out
bro.
of here.
You're
No,
fucked.
dude, we had a dude that was like doing that same thing, right? He unplugged his forklift from the charger, and there was another charger connected to it wrapped around one of the forks, and he wasn't paying attention. He's paying attention to his show or whatever he's about to pull off. Yanked the charger right out the wall. That thing blew up. Everybody heard that, but it was all the way in the third warehouse, so like you could only hear it in the second.
Did it catch fire?
No, it just it just blew up, and then that was it. Like nothing crazy, like super crazy. So like that's a good thing. If it caught fire, that whole building would have been gone, man. You know, I work for liquor distribution, and if that happened, we're all screwed. Yeah, we're
there's like alcohol everywhere and shit too.
Dude, it's insane. We go up to like a 5th story up there, and I'm telling you, I hate it so much doing that because sometimes these pallets get stuck and like broken. So then I have to walk on these like little beams about less than an inch, and we were connected by a harness and a string basically, or like I don't know what it's called, like just a rig. And it doesn't go all the way out, like like a strap. It doesn't go all the way out, like about 5-6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And
if
that third or second pallet's way too far back, I gotta unhook and go grab the case. And sometimes I'm grabbing like 5 cases. I'm all the way up on this 5th level. I'm walking on a beam that's like this, like a 1/2 inch thick of like, or wide, and you know, I'm just like waddling over it hoping I don't fall. I've had a pallet.
How high was that shit?
Dude, it's 5 stories, bro. Like,
5 stories, oh shit.
Yeah, I'm up there, or like.
Do you have like any like were you like hooked up or some shit?
Yeah, I have a harness on. I'm hooked up, but when that pallet is too far, I gotta unhook my rig right there. I still have my harness on, but I'm not hooked up to my lift. So if I'm falling, I'm falling straight in between the cracks. I'm hitting every other pallet on the way down, you know, and it's insane. I've had a pallet. I legit had a pallet. One day I was driving by and it just started to come out, and it was like about, I don't know, a good couple thousand pounds, and I had to push it back and hold it. And then I had to somewhat help grab my phone, call a coworker and be like, yo, I need you to come over with a forklift and pull this pallet down, because if I move, I'm going with it. And he's like, no way. He comes over and he's like, damn.
You're fucked.
You're fucked, bro. Yeah, that was
nice knowing you, man.
Yeah. And I was like, we gotta figure something out. Like, I ain't going down. Like, this is like a 3,000 pound pallet.
Yeah.
And it's either a whole bunch of like glass breaking and I'm just getting drenched in nothing but vodka. I don't want that to happen to me. I'd be furious. But there's always a ton of crap that happens at my job. I don't know about y'all.
Well, I don't know, like the most dangerous thing that happened at my job, I guess, with me was because we like print out like a bunch of like advertisements for some companies, right? So we have like these giant ass printers that like print like thousands of shit in like a couple minutes and shit. And I remember one time I was just at my desk and I was like going to the printer and stuff, and I was smelling like smoke and shit. And I like lifted that shit up, and like a shit ton of like fucking smoke started like covering like the whole fucking office and shit. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit! I was scared that shit was about to like blow up, because those shits are huge, like this, like the size of like the room or some shit like this. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, I just unplugged it, and then I was just like airing that shit out. I mean, that shit made like the whole fucking building just like stink for like a whole
Did they
2
have
days.
Did they have somebody come in and fix it?
Yeah, we got like these like guys that like come in like every time like we got problems with some shit, but yeah, they just fixed it. I don't know what the problem was with it, but I think it jammed up, and then like it was just so much heat because those shits are like hot as fuck. You gotta have like these like thick ass gloves to like open it up and like take shit out. So I don't know. I think some paper jammed and then just, I don't know, caught on fire or something.
Yeah, I remember back when we were in Alonzo, I was doing this TA stuff. I was working in the printing room over there, and like I kind of get a sense of what you're coming from when they're kind of hot, because there's always a lot of friction going through with just some papers and stuff. Like they're going through like a little belt or something.
Yeah.
It could be like the fact that all those papers just kept getting jammed up, and it just kept trying to push them papers out, and all that friction just made it, you know, probably go up in smoke or something, you know, or something just went haywire. What about you, Osmo? That's the craziest thing that you're doing.
Yeah, I worked in the call center, just dealing with, you know, spoiled ass rich people that felt they felt, you know, that they were entitled to make sure that the person answering the phone was going to have a bad day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'd be getting, you know, sometimes, you know, a good share of those calls. But
Where the fuck is my order?
basically, but, you know, some people, they just want to go to a certain extent, you know, when they want to be, you know, racist.
Yeah.
They have no remorse. They just don't
They're
give a fuck
racist
about
over
it.
the phone?
Yeah, they don't even know what you are. They're just going off of what you sound like.
Some of them say that I sound white. Some of them saying that I'm, you know, a dirty Mexican for some reason. I'm like, how? Like how, bro? I don't know, man.
You made me think of that one movie. I forget what it was, but it's with these African American people. At the end of the movie, like these people turned into horses. They took a whole left turn. They're working at a call center.
I know what you're fucking talking about. I love that movie. It took a whole turn for some reason.
Yeah, it's funny.
With the white
he
boy,
was
black
like,
dude.
he was like, you gotta hit him with the white man voice. He's like, oh, you mean
Sorry
like,
to bother you.
Sorry to bother you. And he's like, no.
That's the song. That's the name of the movie.
And he goes, hi man, it's Kyle. I'm just wondering if you'd like to renew your subscription. And I was just like, whoa.
Bro, this is an old black dude, right? And he was basically teaching this other guy who was like, man, you can't talk like that, bro. You can't be, you know, in that, you know, voice.
Yeah.
And he's like, you gotta do it like this, man. And this dude comes out of nowhere like,
Yeah.
What movie is
thank you
this?
for calling, you know, whatever Spectrum. I would like to service you today. How may I assist you? Oh, you got a problem? Of course. Well, thank you very much.
And the black dude was like, you gotta make it seem like you're living that same life like them and everything too, you know, talk about having a Ferrari or whatever, you know, last time I was on my boat, you know, but like
Talk to that to like the clients and shit?
Yeah, but like
making sure that you're not, you know.
in the white man voice. And I was like, what? And then like somehow the plot of the movie changed into like
Horses.
people turning into horses, like horse humanoid things, and I was just like, wait, what? But that whole call center thing too, just to get that back on track, my ex worked for a call center as well.
Yeah.
Before we were together, and now I feel like I know some of the stories because she would go, yeah, I would have some really rude people, but sometimes there was people that were like having intercourse and stuff.
On the phone?
Yes.
Yeah, I need my,
Yeah. And
order.
she would hear this the whole time. She would have people cuss her out or whatever too, and just like talk crap to her just because these people are having a bad day. And I gotta get where you're coming from.
Yeah, because no one
That's
calls like a place like happy. They're usually like calling about some like some order that never came or some shit, or like just to complain. Because no one's gonna like call the call center and be like, "Hey, you guys are doing a great job. I just want to."
Nobody's gonna like.
You know, I feel the same way though. Sometimes I'm just like, well, really, I have been waiting like almost a week and a half for this thing. He told me it was gonna be here. And it's been a whole week and a half, and I'll call him like, hey man, look, I'm just really wondering if this is coming or not. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole to you or anything.
Yeah.
But like, if you don't know where it's going and I don't know where it's going, I just want to know where it's at. just so I can get an idea.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Sorry to cut you off, but like I've been through the situation. Like I was a person sitting down answering the calls, but sometimes, bro, like I be calling like some of these companies for my shit, and some of them want to act stupid on me. And I'm going off, bro. I'm letting all that shit out, man. I'm like, where the fuck is my package, man?
Yeah, I know. I almost quit. I actually told my boss one time that I was gonna quit after I got this like phone call from this one client and shit. And he was pissed as fuck, bro. And like, I don't know, I was just in a bad mood. And I remember I fucking hung up the phone and I told my boss that I was gonna quit and shit. But I stayed because, you know, they offered me like a raise and shit too. So I was like,
stressful,
Man,
I was like, you know what? I'll do you guys a favor and shit. I'll stay.
It, man.
Man, I hate working for like customer service or anything like that. I can't do it. Most of the time I worked a lot of night jobs and everything. Like the job I work is night. The worst part about it is I'm there until I'm done. I come in at 4:35. I've had days where I've left at like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Like the hospital has called me here and it's just like, yeah, man, I just got home, bro.
Oh,
and
shit.
it's just like, for real? Yeah, dude. Like I literally just walked in the door.
You getting paid like overtime?
Oh, dude, every day.
That's good, bro. Like I feel so good like working like overtime and shit just because I know like because they pay you like more and shit.
I feel like it's okay, but like for how we get treated at our job, it's like we're so understaffed at our job because it feels like it's been our peak seasons normally September, November, all the way until like December, basically, like, you know, all them big holidays.
Yeah.
All that is
did
peak
like
season.
did like COVID like kind of like affect like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know, bro. Like, at my job too, like I remember when COVID like first started, like probably like 4 or 5 months afterwards, like we had to like lay off like a lot of people from like the job just because we weren't getting like orders because like everyone was like staying home and shit. I think right now it's getting like, you know, it's basically like back to normal now, which is pretty good.
No, it was the opposite reaction of
Really?
what you got. Yeah, because we're living where we're living at. Nobody wants to miss out on drinking. If anything, everybody started drinking more.
Oh shit! So it actually got like busier.
It got busier. We had no
Okay.
options.
Yeah, that
to,
actually
like,
makes sense.
Not go to work. Yeah.
Cause I remember when that shit was happening, and I actually got let go for like, cause the company like shut down for like probably like 4 months and shit, just cause we print advertisements for companies, so like companies were like not trying to like advertise during that time. So I got like let go for like 4 months and
Furloughed?
Huh?
You were furloughed?
Furlough?
That's probably what it was. Like you were kind of put on hold
Yeah.
for a bit, and they'll give you a call. They didn't let
You're
you
still
go.
part of the company.
Yeah,
It's
you'll still
just-
be part of the company, but they probably didn't pay you or anything for it.
It happened to me, bro, for like 4 months. They like it was a great company, you know. It was Bloomingdale's, but they had to like furlough me for 4 months. But thank God, you know, that they had like the government assistance for Florida.
PPP loans.
Man, that's
No, not PPP loans. It was like aid for people that were furloughed at the time, because you know everything that was going on. It was crazy back then. I'm not so sure how everybody was managing at that time, but I would assume pretty bad.
I feel like now it's kind of like worse, bro. Have you
Yeah.
seen like the gas prices, the fucking prices
it's
of
hard,
rent?
man. It's hard.
It is insane right now,
Shit's
dude.
going
down.
It is ridiculous at what it's at, dude. Like it is. Florida is right now the most expensive state to live in.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen a lot of people like from companies and agencies that were posting that, you know, Florida is now, which I don't really believe, because I would assume it would be in California, like LA or like New York.
Nah, dude. Not because the whole issue with is that California, like I think from what I remember hearing about, is like their governor or mayor wasn't taking care of anything either. So like you have a bunch of homeless people literally wherever.
I heard during like that COVID time, like a lot of people were moving out of California in general. I heard a lot of people were like the two states that got like grew like the most was Texas and Florida.
Yeah.
Those two states, because during like the lockdowns and everything, we were like pretty like free to do whatever we wanted still during that time. So a lot of people are working from home because of the whole COVID thing. So a lot of people just started moving south because
for sure.
That was like those were like free states where you can still do whatever you wanted during COVID.
Texas was coming up big right now with a lot of the entertainment scene. Like you got like one of the things I do know about is like Joe Rogan moved out to Texas. That's bringing a lot of comedians and entertainers and everything out there to Texas.
And Texas is like a huge ass state, bro, and like the property there is pretty cheap.
And you're almost dead center.
Dude, like the property in Florida, like I saw in that article where basically the average rent for just a single bedroom would be around $1,700, and then for an average house with a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom was around $2,500 to $3,000. That's the average. That's not going for high end.
Yeah, bro. When I moved into my apartment, it was like in 2019 and shit. I was only paying like $800. Now it's fucking $1,200 and shit.
That's why I had to move from I was staying at Beacon Allen's, that one apartment. It was, I'm not gonna lie, it was a nice apartment. The staff there was horrendous. They don't want to fix shit. You call them up, they don't fucking care. They just, we'll come up there and never come.
There tomorrow.
But then I was basically paying them like $900, and then since our lease ended up, they wanted to charge us $1,500. That was back then, bro. That was like, a year already, right?
That was like 2020, like 2020, right? 2021.
Yeah, probably just before COVID.
2020, like almost the end of 2020.
Yeah.
And they wanted to charge us $1,500 for one bedroom, bro. No. That's insane, dude. Like
no, man. That's why I'm saying like what you said, like, you didn't really believe it, but then like you think about it, the average price originally was like $800 or $900.
Shit.
And then it goes up to $1,500, bro. And it's a 1-bed. The square footage for that, for $1,500, I might as well build my own house. Like buy one of them sheds from Home Depot that you see these people talking about. Buy your own land and just plop it right there, and you're good.
Yeah, there's multiple reasons for this. Like, one reason is because recently they raised the fucking minimum wage to $15 and shit. So that is kind of like making the prices like of everything in general here go up and shit. Because everyone has more money, so like property owners are gonna start charging more because everyone has more money now. So
like if this
and the COVID thing too.
Everything is gonna be like. It's gonna be a shit show. Inflammation everywhere, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's all gonna lead down to, and that like Atlanta's gonna come up too because that's where like a lot of big music industries are going and gaming and stuff too.
Yeah.
So like that's the whole to bring it back to the whole California thing. California's on a big downhill ramp. Florida was coming up, and then we're probably gonna end up hitting that exact same thing and start going downhill too with this whole inflation of everything. You got your groceries going up, like just apartments going up, like everything is really just going up, gas, all that stuff, and it really is insane. Like you buy apartments, most likely living next to like a Publix or something, guaranteed that price is higher than what some apartments are not even next to a Publix.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I live in like Carrollwood and shit, like apartments over there, and it's a pretty nice place. So yeah, the rent like went up like a shit ton during this shit.
But I think crazy? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But I was just gonna say the best thing, bro, is probably just try to keep like a good credit score so you can get like a loan from like the bank, so you can get like a mortgage like on a house, bro, because the property value is I feel like it's gonna keep going up because I feel like Florida and just in general is just gonna be like a more popular state in general. So it's better if you just get some real estate, bro, because that's where the money's at, to be honest.
Or even just getting some land wouldn't be that bad either, and building your own property.
The thing is with that, you would have a couple of options, but you can either like get a loan from the bank to own all that property, you get the land. In some cases, depending on where you go, it it can be cheap. It's still gonna cost money, but you would still see the difference instead of just buying the actual house.
Oh yeah.
Or you can actually buy the materials and pay, some people. Like my dad, bro, that dude, he built his whole house, bro. He bought basically that place he's at right now. I'm not so sure if you guys seen it, but he basically bought the mobile home for $8,000. This dude completely renovated. He made it from a 2-bedroom house to a 4-bedroom. He made like a whole like efficiency in the back. He has he basically made like the outside was completely grass, but he made a whole section completely like of the whole mobile home into a whole like living room,
seen it.
right?
Oh, okay.
So it's like more space. It's almost like double wide now, right?
Yeah.
And then I recently, like, he was speaking. He wasn't planning on selling it, but he was actually like getting a quote from it. His house is right now approximately $145,000 from that $8,000 that he spent.
Yeah, it definitely went up.
Or if anything, if he wanted to like move out, he could just like rent it or something like that.
Same thing as well. I mean, shit.
Like passive income just constantly going in and shit.
Yeah, for sure. Like my parents live right down the road from here. Like, you'll probably see it crossing the bridge right over here going to Oldsmar. You ever see a house with a blue memorial painting on the back of it? Like it's got like a boat, some fish and things like that, like a whole coral reef thing.
Is it like kind of like close to like the plaza where PK's was at?
No, it's literally right behind the Publix. The Publix right over here. There's a little turn that you go down, and it's like a small little cul-de-sac or whatever, and it's like right next to that water and everything. They have the biggest property because their property goes into the water. I helped them renovate most of this house. This house was originally like about half a mil, like not a mil, like about half of what that is. Now it's got a pool. It's got this huge memorial painting back there. They're about to build another deck for some jet skis. They got a fire pit there. I helped with that. They redid the whole front, the whole inside, all that. It's probably about maybe a mil, maybe a little over.
That's crazy. Like, bro, my Tampa, like specifically Tampa, bro, I feel like this place is like growing like a lot and shit. Especially just cause I feel like our sports teams are like doing pretty good too.
Oh yeah, we got freaking Tom Brady on the Bucks. We got the Lightning going crazy right now in the NHL hockey. Crap, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a basketball team popping up pretty soon.
Oh shit, bro.
That would be like,
the property value would like skyrocket there.
We had the Toronto Raptors here for I think 2020 because Canada was like, COVID.
And we got the fucking we got the Yankee Stadium here too.
Yeah, we got the Yankee Stadium and then the what is it, Tropicana Stadium for
which Tropicana?
The Rays.
Yankees?
No. There's the Rays.
But that's like in St. Pete.
Yeah.
That's still Tampa Bay's team,
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, but yeah, dude, it'll go crazy. Like it really is crazy right now with this whole inflation and all this stuff going on, and I don't know where to go from that, guys.
I don't know. Yeah, it just kind of makes me motivated. I want because I feel like Tampa's like growing bigger. It makes me want to like do more shit. Because we're gonna have to like make more money just in general, bro. If we want to keep living here and shit. So it kind of motivates me to make more money.
I think it motivates me more to not live in Tampa. Like, I know Tampa's gonna be on the come up, and pretty much all of Florida's gonna be on the come up. But there's also other better places too that are gonna be a lot cheaper. You can still get good jobs or like higher paying jobs. Like the further you go up north, that dollar differential changes. Like company I work for right now, like the wage went up here, but I know that the same company I work for in a different state, those people are getting paid more.
Yeah, my cousin recently, she worked at the same job that I did for a little bit. She recently moved to Alabama, and bro, the rent is so way cheaper over here and shit. She bought a house over there for probably 50% of what like you would get here. It's like a
Yeah.
fucking like a 2-story house, has like 3 bedrooms and shit, and she only paid like $135,000.
Amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I try to buy.
That's
that.
that's
shit.
what I'm saying. Like, you know, you can work hard here and then, you know, live your whole, not your whole life, but like work hard here and grind that out, or, you know, get paid the same as you do in another state with, you know, cheaper prices. You know, like, and also we're young guys, like, gotta go explore and shit. You know, go see places too. Can't just stay in one. That's what I was saying. Like, I hate the repetitiveness of, like, you know, waking up and looking at things and just seeing the same thing. That's just boring to me.
Yeah, it's all good, man. But this is a pretty good podcast. What you think, man?
It was pretty good. I mean, it's like one of the cameras did just die, so we gotta cut it short, guys.
Wrap it up.
But you know who's like, I mean, we can talk about this other thing, because the other camera had like a lot more battery to it. But you know who's not having like a problem with this, that just bought like a big ass house in Florida?
Who?
Bad Baby, the Catch Me Outside girl.
Okay,
Bro,
so
she's making more money than the majority of like artists and shit. The majority of like, she makes more money than like LeBron James, Tom Brady and shit this whole year.
What? That's fucking crazy, dude.
you want to know where all that money came from?
Enlighten us.
Because she got from what I heard, she was making a good couple racks on OnlyFans. That's what I heard.
That's where she made the $50 million from.
Yeah,
But
that's a lot just from that.
yeah,
You know that it's like the whole Kim Kardashian thing. I kind of think, you know.
She's gonna start her own television show.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next
Catch me
thing.
outside.
Yeah, she was hanging out with some pretty famous people on YouTube, I think, at one point too, and then started hanging out with some celebrities too, as well. And she's on a come up too.
I mean, you can't really hate because
No.
you know.
no, I think she's set for life. But I think this is like, I don't think she's gonna make like another like 50 million like
no.
next year or anything like that. It's just gonna constantly, cause I mean, like who's like, it's
You'd be
already like,
surprised.
she's already like done whatever she's done on OnlyFans.
She
So
could
like,
be
it's people
sad.
really like, she's probably gonna keep like making like a
Yeah.
constant like maybe 20 mil for like
Maybe.
a couple years and stuff, and then it'll probably decline. But I don't know. It's
I mean,
crazy that like
house that she buys, it was a good move though.
it was $6 million and she paid it like in full, I believe.
Oh, I gotta
That's
see
smart
this
as well.
house. I gotta see this house. I didn't even know she moved here.
Yeah, I forget which city it was, but yeah, it was like it's $6 million. It's got like a big ass property and shit. But it's crazy to think like that you can make that type of money like that and shit, like more than like artists and like athletes and shit.
Well, like it's all a matter of like how you look at things. Like, I was listening to somebody say something the other day where like, if you have a hobby or something, or like they mentioned like, oh, if you make fishing lures or something, turn that into a business, because you can, whatever you spend on making these things or product, you can deduct that from your own, like, for your business or whatever. So then it's basically, I think, what, like free money from taxes, pretty much, even if you only sell like 10 lures and they're only to your friends.
Yeah.
You know, like doing something like that, you're gonna get money. Like, I think even, what was it, like Logan Paul has a podcast, and he was talking about something like, you know what was crazy, in 3 days I made $1 million, and then it was like right after that, on the next day I made another $1 million, and then in the next day I made another $1 million. I made $3 million, and I don't even got a college degree or anything. You know, I started my own business, and you know, and just push and drive for success.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I just
it's
don't,
crazy.
like, I don't really agree with, you know, like trying to, I'm not saying this for like everybody, I'm just saying like how majority of a group pushes you to try to achieve at least, you know, college like degree. That's what my family wanted, but the thing is, like, you don't have to be successful just only getting a college degree. There's so many opportunities there for you.
Especially nowadays, because like the internet and stuff, there's so much ways to make money without like college. Right now, I saw this like study that it's been like the lowest like decline of like students going to college right now and shit, because a lot of people don't want to go to college because of student debt and shit.
Exactly.
A lot of people are in student debt that like have to owe like a shit ton of money and shit, and a lot of people that graduate with degrees don't actually get like jobs that like basically give a fuck about like the degrees and shit like that.
Well, that's from what I heard a couple times, that like I agree with y'all 100%, but also like if you're gonna go to college, the degree is really not gonna do anything for you. You're gonna work with your degree and work with the job that you have too. Like, and there's a lot of degrees out there that are just worthless.
Like yeah, like art and like social studies and like
no, there's like other like things too, like
gender study.
I would understand about business, getting a degree for business. That's completely perfectly fine, acceptable. It's just majority of them are completely useless, that it's not gonna assist you in life. You feel me?
There's like doctors like type of degrees like that. You have to go to college because like stuff
that's
like that.
Completely acceptable.
That comes with the training and the experience and stuff. Like if you're gonna get a degree, you're getting a medical degree, and you're becoming a doctor to save people's lives. You're gonna be trained, and they're not even getting paid for some years.
And that's like a 12, like that's like an 8 to 12 year like college
working.
That's that's a lot, bro. That's almost what, like 10, 20, like 15, 17% of your lifetime.
Yeah, and they're working like 48 hours, dude. 48 hours on-call shifts.
I mean, you have to respect them, bro. They went through all of that shit just to get the degree.
Oh no,
that's
for sure.
fine.
That's why they get paid like a shit ton. Like that one doctor here in Tampa that has like that mansion that's still not built.
Oh,
shit.
you're talking about dang, I know their names. They're Indian.
Yeah.
But it's
like
not
a palace mansion.
Yeah, it's over there on like what?
Northdale Mabry.
Northdale Mabry, that turns into like Bush or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just him. It's also some of his family members too, because they're also doctors too. That's why it's so huge and it's not done being built.
They probably got like some other property that they're working on and like living at, so they're like,
shit, maybe
it's not at the top of their priority list, so they're just like,
I mean, to be honest.
But yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying like getting a college degree is bad. I'm not saying that, because without people that like actually study, like we can't have the world revolving without them, you understand? And the thing is, you gotta take it into a fact that there's cons and then there's pros.
For sure.
Life is all a risk, bro, that you're gonna have to take.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like I would just say like the advice I would give is, if you really want to go to college, just make sure it's like for like something like that like really requires a college degree and something that you're really passionate about.
Yeah. I want to go for forensics, but like I gotta find out what field I want to do. I know I don't really have steady hands, like crazy steady. Mine shake because I'm like, ADD and ADHD, so it's like I just can't sit still or anything. So I'm always gotta do something, and like my hands will start to shake from, just trying to sit still.
Yeah.
So I can't really work in the morgue and look at the bodies unless I try my bestest and hardest to. But there's other fields too, just from studying the scenes and what happened, how the bullets travel and all that. But I also want to go for forensic psychology as well, because then I can also figure out who did the crime, basically. Read.
I thought about that at first. Like, I saw this program to completely do it, but I don't know. It's just things in life, just like, I don't know. Like, things just started coming up in my way, and I just completely avoided that pathway. You know what I'm saying? But just don't let things in life distract you from your goals, because if you get one distraction, bro, it'll completely steer you out of that pathway, and you'll close that opportunity for yourself.
I feel like I'm open-minded to go to college one day, but when I graduated, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I did not want to just go to college just to go and like have
dead.
and be in debt, yeah, and like study something that I wasn't really even passionate about or some shit.
I mean, I feel that, but like there's also like other things you can do. You don't have to go to college for anything. There's the trade schools, you know, fixing up or like AC units or refrigerators or welding and stuff. Those people get paid. They get paid good, and they get on the job training and sometimes money from it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I don't know. But we're gonna start wrapping this shit up. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Tropi Santana, Oblivion. Where can they find you at?
Mr. JC Merks.
All right, thanks everybody.
Hey, Lost Waves. All right.